The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com and at amazon.com.
Marlon, you've got a daughter, a son in third grade?
Right, I've got a son.
A son in third grade?
Right.
And you're saying he's having some problems with study habits?
Right. I guess the thing is so frustrating because, he is a split image of me.
In what way?
Well, whenever I was his age, I was, I guess, just 100% boy, just wide open until it got time to do homework. And then whenever homework came around, I'd just start shutting down. I'd start getting tired, sleepy, and my body would just shut down. And he is doing the same thing, but the difference between he and I, whenever I was growing up, it was just my father and myself. And my father was disabled, so the only thing I was good at was lying to my father to tell him that I'd done my homework at school. And now, me and my wife, my son, we've got him going to a tutoring one time a week. We live in North Carolina, and we heard on a show one time about a doctor in Chapel Hill, Dr. Mel Levine, and sent him to Chapel Hill to be tested and everything. And they tested him and said that his IQ was good and everything, and just basically they sent us like a book of reports that they had done on him in a one-day, I guess, session.
Okay.
And really, you almost need to be a lawyer or a doctor to really understand what they were.
I know.
But I mean, we've got them involved in, Cub Scouts, baseball, basketball. My daughter, she's 6, and she's going through. She's on top of everything. She's doing a great job, but it seems like between my wife and me, we're running all the time, for the kids every day. And, it's frustrating for me because it's like I've got the book where I know what my son's going through, and I'm trying to do everything to prevent him from going down the same road as I did.
Understandable.
Right.
And even the way you present it to me, can you feel the pressure that you're under? You're desperate.
Yeah.
You can just see, oh my God, I want to prevent my son from taking the same route that I've taken. So let me be your son for a minute, and it's time for homework. What do you say to me?
Well, see, we've been going through this every year.
Yeah, what do you say? Just the words that I would hear.
Well, I tell him, I said, son, it's time for homework and everything. Let's go ahead and get everything done.
I don't want to do it, Dad.
Well, if you don't do it, then, you're not going to be able to go outside and play. You're not going to watch TV.
Oh, but can't I just watch a little TV and then I'll do it?
No.
Why?
No. School's more important.
Oh, but it isn't more important. I'd much rather be out playing baseball or playing soccer or something with my buddies.
That's whenever I just go ahead and I just tell them, no, you're going to do it, and just walk away from it. I don't let them give me any excuses or anything.
Okay, so there's a lot you can do. I wish you were in my state so that we could see each other, because this is the stuff I love. What you want to do, tell me something that you kind of drag your feet doing yourself. What's something that you don't enjoy doing in your adult life?
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Ellen will be back.
Romance. Ugh, I wish guys knew more about what we want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance. A serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
Tell me something that you kind of drag your feet doing yourself. What's something that you don't enjoy doing in your adult life?
Well, I'm in sales. I got expense reports to do every week. Sometimes I'll turn around and things will build up.
Okay, you got to do your reports. Listen,
Right.
Marlon, you've got to do your reports. You got to do them right now. They come first. I don't want you watching TV.
Right.
I don't want you watching the Super Bowl or any games. I just want you to sit down right now and get those reports done.
Right.
I don't want to hear anything from you. Sit down right now. Your gut response. What are you saying under your breath, even if you don't say it directly to me? You like me or you don't like me?
Well, no, I mean, what it seems like the reason I'm putting them off is whenever I'm I'm constantly trying to get ahead of things so I can get home, take the kids. I'm like involved in the Cub Scouts. I'm like a leader.
What I was doing was trying to help you feel what your son feels. You are using the method of threats. If you don't do this, then this. You can't go out until. And then you use commands. No, you can't do this. All of us, when we hear threats or commands, whether it's from the wife, you better get the garbage out now. We resent it. We privately resent it. And there's a much better way to communicate with your kids. And listen to the following. That doesn't make you into a doormat. That doesn't make it so the kids rule the roost. It's a very civilized way. And I would love you to go to my website, drkenner.com, and look at the authors who have written the books, How to Talk So Kids Will Learn. They've also written the books, How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk. You will learn a whole different way of engaging their cooperation, what to do instead of punishment. Punishment backfires. I want you to help your son discover that learning can be fun, using his mind to think, to learn whatever he's learning, mathematics, geography, social studies. If you can make it interesting and exciting and not dull and boring and something that adults impose on kids, and if he can see it as a source of growing pride, he may not even need the tutors eventually. I mean, this kid may just run with it. But if you use the wrong parenting methods, you actually are getting in the way of them discovering the joy of learning. So I highly recommend the books by Maslish and Faber, the ones I just said.
All right.
So, drkenner.com is the website. You can just go to the books and look at the parenting books. It's the gold standard of parenting. They are magnificent. So I wish you some wonderful success. You can let me know how things go. And if your wife reads them too, you'll both be on the same page.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you so much.
And here's a little more from Dr. Kenner.
Look, I'm sorry I cut you off like that before. I've just never gone in for that psychological mumbo-jumbo. They show you a bunch of ink blots and ask you about your toilet habits. Oh, why does everything with you shrink start in the crotch?
And that's from Frasier, and that's his dad talking to Frasier himself. And, when you go to a psychologist, in the old days that was the case. A lot of psychologists were Freudian or they were behaviorists. Nowadays, when you go to a psychologist, if you go to a cognitive therapist, cognitive is a dressed up word for thinking, for understanding your thoughts, understanding why you feel the way you do. A cognitive therapist will teach you how to self-manage, how to use your own mind in a way that helps you discover what you love in life, what you don't like in life, and how to deal with your own anxiety, how to identify it specifically so that you know what the source of your anxiety is, how to deal with mental states we get into that are not so pleasant, guilt, or how to deal with feeling overloaded. Lots of different things, skills that you can learn that could be at your fingertips. They could be lifetime skills for yourself that were never taught in school. We are never taught these skills in school. So if you are just feeling like you are overwhelmed with problems, something's really bugging you in your life right now, and you don't know where to go, you don't know who to turn to, you can try to find a cognitive therapist. And I always recommend, I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner, and my show is The Rational Basis of Happiness. I recommend going to either my website, drkenner.com, and finding the link, or going directly to the Academy of CT Cognitive Therapy maybe org, maybe either .com, .org, and just seeing if you can find a cognitive therapist in your area and reading up about cognitive therapy and how it can open up your inner world to you in a way where you can clarify all the confusions and love your life.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner and co-author Dr. Edwin Locke.
Stress is an integral part of most people's lives today. Perhaps the most common cause is time pressure, although money is often an important factor as well. For many couples, there's too much to do and too little time, or too many bills and too little cash. Partners can help each other in times of stress. Be a good listener, not an unwelcome advice giver, which only adds to the stress. Provide serenity and a restful environment for each other. Make your home a sane universe. There, everyone is treated with understanding, benevolence, and goodwill. Give your partner moral support and encouragement, and help your partner find solutions to practical problems, if help is requested.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy the book at amazon.com.